Welcome to Stockton University's Class of 2021 Commencement Ceremony. Before we begin today's event, we'd like to take a moment to make a few safety announcements. Please direct your attention to the exits located at each corner of the venue. Aisleways and exit points should remain clear at all times. In the event of an emergency, please exit immediately and follow instructions from the staff. If you would require assistance evacuating, please identify yourself to an usher. We would also like to remind you that smoking is prohibited in all university buildings and venues. Smoking is only permitted in designated smoking gazebos. For everyone's safety, please remember to mask up, back up, and wash up. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. We hope you enjoy the ceremony.
Good morning. Welcome to Stockton University's 2021 Commencement Ceremony for the Schools of Education and General Studies. I am Dr. Robert Gregg, Dean of the School of General Studies. Our first priority today and every day is to provide a safe environment for our community. To do so, please remember to follow 4 simple rules throughout today's event: mask up, back up, wash up, and vax up. Thank you. Would everyone please rise for the national anthem performed by Dr. Neil Aronson, Professor of Physics.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Dr. Aronson. Please be seated. You are now. Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce the platform party. They will stand and remain standing as their names are called. Please hold your applause until I complete the introductions. Representing the Stockton University Board of Trustees is Dr. Nancy Davis, Professor Emerita of Pathology. Distinguished members of the platform party also include Dr. Harvey Kesselman, President of Stockton University, Dr. Susan Davenport, Interim Provost and Executive Vice President, Mr. Kevin McHugh, Executive Director of Athletics and Recreation, Dr. Claudine Keenan, Dean of the School of Education, Dr. Ron Tinsley, Associate Professor of Education, and Ms. Abby Cohen, Candidate for Bachelor of Arts, Teacher Education. Thank you all for your service to Stockton and higher education in New Jersey. Please be seated. It is now my great privilege to ask Dr. Nancy Davis, an esteemed member of the Stockton University Board of Trustees, to come to the podium to offer welcoming remarks. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Nancy Davis, and I have the honor of serving on the Stockton University Board of Trustees. And I'm extremely honored because I love this wonderful university. You have demonstrated a great commitment in earning your degree at Stockton. The dedication will serve you well in your next chapter in life with your job, community service, or advanced studies. And I know this because after teaching here for 41 years, I have many, many successful students that keep in touch with me. It's very rewarding. I welcome you to our community of over 58,000 Stockton Osprey alumni representing Stockton throughout the United States and beyond. I encourage you to remain involved with Stockton and take full advantage of the programs, activities that are offered to alumni. And this can serve you well throughout your life, believe me. Congratulations from the Board of Trustees and the entire Stockton community. I'd like to please welcome Abby Cohen, a candidate for the Bachelor of Arts in Teacher Education, to the podium to address the class of 2021.
I welcome you, faculty, families, and graduates with pure joy. First, a shout out to my students at Fernwood Middle School. I know they're watching. and all students, families, and friends tuning in online to watch loved ones walk across this stage. Scholars earning degrees in a range of disciplines. Life looks very different for all of us, yet we are all here in one celebration of our accomplishments. Even as we celebrate, we are aware that our nation remains in anguish, and so many of our neighbors and friends do not have equal access to the opportunities that brought us here today. Hundreds of years after our nation was founded as an unjust society, we still have work to do. Many of you are earning degrees in education and leadership. I challenge you all, take your moment to celebrate today, but do not turn a blind eye to inequality of any kind. Help your students, your colleagues, your friends, and your families to process what is happening in our world, what has been happening in our world, by encouraging them to speak up. Speak out. Young voices are not meant to be silenced. As we take the next steps in our educational and professional journeys and step into leadership roles, it becomes our duty to foster a sense of inclusion for the sole purpose of ensuring the success of diverse populations. It is up to us to help create spaces for people to engage in our world critically, to identify injustices, and to participate in the improvement of society. I call on each one of you to encourage conversation, disagreement, and debate. Teach those around you how to engage in important and meaningful ways. Teach them how to engage in important, meaningful conversations in a healthy way, in a productive way. Help those around you become the most kind and informed global citizens that they can be. As educators and leaders, it is imperative at work or in social settings, our dispositions prioritize inclusivity and kindness. Make it clear that in your classroom or workspace or gathering place, you will cherish, respect, challenge, care for, and listen to students and all people. Your degree is a piece of paper that very few people will ever see. You can show your education every day to everyone you encounter in your behavior. The events that transpired this past year challenged us to reckon with persistent injustice. Although some people responded with anger, defensiveness, and more injustice, some among us took one step closer to achieving what the American dream can be and should be, if we all put in the work, if we acknowledge our biases, reflect on our actions, fight for systemic changes, and empower grassroots changes, liberty and justice for all people. What are you feeling right now? It may range from fear and uncertainty to relief. It may feel like the odds are stacked against you and have been for years, centuries. And this past year, we are all very aware of the losses suffered. This just means our work is more important now than ever before. Earning this degree was arduous. For many of us, the work we put in at Stockton may have been the hardest thing we have ever had to do. Our presence here today is the culmination of that hard work. It is now time to turn around, reach out a hand to those around us, and help raise them up. Relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, breathe for 1 second. Close your eyes. You made it. Now open them, we have work to do. It is my honor to welcome Dr. Harvey Kesselman, President of Stockton University, to the podium to deliver the commencement address. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby, once again. Oh, we need to get you a little pumped up. Before I begin my speech, I see you out here. I just wanted to acknowledge Assemblywoman Diane Gove. Please stand up and be recognized. Thank you for being here today. Graduates, my fellow Ospreys, on behalf of Stockton University, I offer you a heartfelt congratulations on successfully accomplishing this major milestone in your life. We are immensely proud of you, and we celebrate your academic success, we celebrate your rite of passage, and we celebrate you. Everyone, please join me in giving the Stockton University class of 2021 a big round of applause. Make some noise, there you go. Words cannot express the hope and optimism I feel when looking at our extraordinary graduates. And if there ever was a time when the world needed hope and optimism, it is now. For in the last year, you have, quite frankly, we all have, experienced the challenges in our world that have baffled minds and broken hearts. But to our amazement, these same challenges have sparked new ways of thinking and generated faith in causes bigger than ourselves. Graduating from college is already a daunting goal. And graduates, on top of everything else in your lives, you've had to reacquaint yourselves with the meaning of the word perseverance. You had to power through even when the finish line looked so distant. You've had to stand firm, resilient in your efforts to complete this portion of your academic journey, which was no easy feat. But like most resilient people, you understood that the only way to get through it is to go through it, regardless of the rocky terrain. The test of perseverance and resilience was perhaps best described by Grammy Award winner Cardi B. Yes, I said Cardi B when she said, "Knock me down 9 times, but I get up 10. Now I know you're probably thinking, really? I thought he would be more of a Billy Joel type of guy, and you would be correct. But on this topic, she nailed it. And because you've embraced the essence of perseverance and resilience in a time that some describe as the perfect storm, a pandemic, racial and social injustice and unrest, and a global economic crisis, you've accomplished something that very few people could do. You stayed the course and you finished. What an incredible achievement. And herein lies my hope and optimism. It lies with you, our graduates of the School of Arts and Humanities. You will create meaningful societal change through artistic expression. It lies with you, the graduates of the School of Business. You will create opportunities to stimulate and produce economic growth. It lies with you, our graduates of the School of Education. You will be dynamic educators who respect and recognize the potential in each and every student. It lies with you, our graduates of the School of General Studies. You will harness your interdisciplinary knowledge to lead, shape, and strengthen our communities. It lies with you, our graduates of the School of Health Sciences. You will manage the demands of today's enormous healthcare challenges and play critical roles in improving our community's health and welfare. It lies with you, our graduates of the School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. You will optimize alternative energies that will afford a greener way of life for generations to come. And it lies with you, our graduates of the School of Social and Behavioral Sciences. You will delve into the challenges of our criminal justice and political systems, reimagine institutional structures, and create better systems. It lies in all of you and your incredible Osprey spirit. Simply put, my hope and optimism lie in you. But before you turn your tassels in a couple moments and go off to celebrate with friends and family, I want to leave you with a word of advice, and that is, keep learning. Why? Author Roberta Bogany explained it best when she said, when you stop learning, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, you stop living. It really is just that simple. Keep learning. Don't make this academic milestone the last mile you walk in your pursuit of knowledge. Personally, I strive to learn something new every day. Take the word lit. Just last week, I was talking to a student who said his class was lit. So naturally, I assumed he was talking about his literature class and asked, so what's your favorite reading this semester? Then, after he stopped laughing at me, he explained that he meant the class was really, really exciting. I had absolutely no idea that's what the bird meant. The point is, never stop learning. Why? Because learning begets growing, growing in knowledge, growing as a compassionate person, growing as a global citizen, ready to engage the world and meet the many challenges still ahead of us, and most importantly, growing as a human being. Likewise, as you learn and grow, remember to keep living. Don't get so caught up in making a living that you forget how to actually live, living out your passions, living out your dreams. Experience this gift called life to the very fullest. Leave nothing on the table and no stone unturned, because if this past year has taught us anything at all, it has taught us to take absolutely nothing for granted. To paraphrase others, in the end, it won't be the years in your life that count, it'll be the life in your years that matter. So once again, congratulations, class of 2021. It's been lit. Thank you, graduates. It is now my distinct pleasure to invite Dr. Susan Davenport to the podium for the degree conferral.
Thank you, President Kesselman. We will now begin the presentation of candidates for degrees. Please note a professional photographer will take photographs of the candidates as they walk across the stage. Proofs of these pictures will be sent to the candidates. The ceremony is also being recorded, and copies may be ordered by visiting Stockton's Commencement webpage. We ask that all guests please remain at their seats when taking pictures. Will the graduating class of 2021 please rise? Dr. Kesselman, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates assembled here have qualified in all respects for their degrees by successfully completing curricula offered by Stockton University. The faculty recommended that these candidates be awarded appropriate degrees in recognition of their academic accomplishments.
Members of the graduating class of 2021 who have successfully completed all the requirements for graduation, based on the approval of the faculty and the authority vested in me by the state of New Jersey and the Stockton University Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Graduates, you may now switch your tassels. Please be seated.
We are now privileged to present the new graduates. We ask that you process across the stage when your name is called. In light of current health guidelines, we will not be shaking hands. Graduates, when you exit the stage, please honor your fellow graduates and promptly return to your seats. Would the graduates from the School of Education and the School of General Studies please come forward? Reading the names is Dr. Ron Tinsley, Associate Professor of Education.
Abby Cohen. Monica Amadio. Is it doctor? Dr. Kevin Coopersmith. Dr. Linda Corpse Truffit. Dr. Stephanie Falana. Dr. Pamela Fields. Dr. Ann Flynn. Dr. Cynthia Gove. Dr. Brittany Jennis. Dr. Natalia Macieski. Dr. Kathleen Pallas. Dr. April, let's slow down for a second. Dr. April Perrone. Dr. Dawn Watkins. Dr. Marquetta Alexander. Dr. Shai Kara. Dr. William Wolfson. Dr. Deepa Tatakonda. Dylan Howell. Aubrey Atkinson. Kimberly Becker. Devin Biglin. Morgan Conklin. Julia Fairfield. Linda Gallardi. Emily Gannon. Shannon Hathaway. Hazel Greenridge. Justina Lyches Smith. Lindsay Martin. Alexa Massa. Yenesmali Munoz. Avery Olive. Sylvia Sharkey. Irene Zumakaris. Eric Clark. Marielina Dattoli. Ashley Eiler. Jerry Filangeri. Megan Matson. Karen Tompkins. Allison Walkley. Matthew Abbott. Chelsea Johnson. Connery Luck. Okay. Casey Novak. Taylor Adams. Archie. Kara Archidiagono. Mackenzie Arcanow. Nicholas Baxter. Justine Carbo. Lucero Chavez Luke. Michaela Counselor. Lindsay Courtney. Amanda Dempsey. Sarah Eggert. Erica England. Daisy Ferrier-Willow. Isabella Gilhooly. Nora Giovanetti. Deanna Ganella. Morgan Grotti. Michaela Harvey. Amanda Holland. Stacy Hudek. Nadia Lorick. Keely Lynch. Giovanna Mancuso. Shannon Martin. Lauren Mowry. Rosanna Merkel. Elizabeth Mongeau. Emily Neluna. Julia Knoll. Carly Nyes. Amanda O'Rourke. Abigail Pasek. Gina Perricone. Mark Pizzata. Marissa Ragone. Allie Ramsey. Alexandria Rasky. Marissa Realdine. Vanessa Rodriguez. Maritha Rosamilla. Kayla Rosen. Emily Rowe. Ashley Rosito. Michelle Salamoni. Alyssa Snorbush. Amanda Sarek. Heather Shaw. Roxana Valiz. Nancy Vivas. Nicole Weaver. Kimberly Wolstenholme. Brielle Woodson. Ashley Yeager. Iranzi. Jean-Paul Iranzi. Allison Casellas. Teresa McMacken. Timur Shevlin. Robert Ford Jr., Olivia Stragapiti, Kawila Adams, Hannah Aitken, Brianne Gibson, Christopher Johnson, Clancy Larkin, Julia Leonardis, Morgan Murphy, Casey Shembri, Phelan Cioli, Mariah Simpson, Giorgio Steele, Michelle Taylor. Hi, good to see you, Amy. Amy Wilmot, Christian Narciso, Nicholas Creighton, Brett Johnson, Allison Kosikowski, Jao Soberano, Anne Tran, Dada, Murali Krishna Dada, Sean Bronner, Michaela Maloney, Adeline Ledesma, Jason Corley Jr., Paige Sorrentino, Brianna Levin, Eric Ent, Brandon Timperano, Nida Zakria.
Congratulations to all of our graduates. As we conclude this ceremony with a recessional, the platform party will leave the stage, followed by the graduates, exiting the building through the doors behind me. Guests are asked to follow the graduates promptly and meet them in parking lot 5 outside this building. As we are hosting 4 ceremonies today, I ask the graduates and guests prepare to leave campus in a timely manner and continue your celebrations off campus. All of us at Stockton are so proud of you and joyfully embrace you as graduates and lifelong members of the Stockton family. Thank you for choosing Stockton and for remaining a part of the university's legacy. The recessional will begin with a rendition of Ospreys on Parade, our alma mater. This concludes our commencement ceremony. Thank you all, and enjoy the rest of your special day.
Let us travel in the footsteps of those who came before. Here on our campus in the Pines, knowledge opens every door. And when we go marching out to the world beyond our Stockton, at ease with what we learn, our future has begun. Knowledge leads to knowledge, and Stockton shows the way. Oh, let us be among those for whom Stockton leads the way. Oh, let us proudly strive to be examples day by day. Knowledge leads to knowledge, and Stockton shows the way. Oh, let us be among those for whom Stockton leads the way. Oh, let us proudly strive